Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Buffalo Bills franchise. First off, I want to say that I apologize for cutting off uh, the last episode against the Patriots. Unfortunately, I was not paying attention to my record time, and I just ran out of time to record and couldn't show you guys the end of the game. And it was a heck of final couple minutes of the game. A heck of a final couple minutes. As you can see, up in the top corner, we won against New England, giving them their first loss of the season. So both us and New England are now 3-1 on the year. We won 22-17, and all the action went down in the last final 2 minutes of the game, and it was a crazy last couple of minutes. So let's go back here to the stats of the game so I can show you. Now, we actually ended up winning with a safety. We sacked Tom Brady in the end zone, and then we kicked a field goal as well, just for good measure. So that is actually how we ended up winning against New England. Seeing the final stats here, you can see that we basically demolished New England here at home. We had 436 total yards gained, and they only had 268. So yeah, one could say we demolished New England. Overall, it wasn't a terrible game, and it was very close the entire way through. Josh Allen did end up throwing 3 picks against that New England defense, but, we still ended up winning. Total time of possession, it's not that crazy. We actually ended up with more time of possession than New England, so that's why we ended up winning. But it was very close. It came down to the wire in the fourth quarter. Now let's go to player stats. Here you can see that Josh Allen threw for 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. He was sacked 4 times. He only threw for 52% completion rate. Not great, but at the end of the day, he came away with a win against New England. Devin Singletary, pretty good on the ground. He was pretty responsive there. 65 yards, total of 3.3 yards per carry. Frank Gore, definitely one of those pound the ball running backs. And then LaShawn McCoy got in there too. But like I said a couple videos ago, LaShawn McCoy, I believe he will have more receiving yards than rushing yards this year. So let us go to receiving yards. And immediately, here's LaShawn McCoy, 2 receptions, 31 yards. So I think it's going to happen. Cole Beasley had a big game. He had 7 receptions for 156 yards and a touchdown. That 78-yard touchdown definitely helped him with his stats for that much. His stats are definitely inflated because of that play, but it was a great play nonetheless. John Brown, 3 receptions for 65 yards, and Jason Kroom, 4 receptions for 46 yards and that touchdown. Our blocking, we didn't do great blocking on the ends of our line. Deion Dawkins giving up 2 sacks, and Ty here giving up 2 sacks as well. So our tackles really struggled against this New England defense. Talking about our defense now, Jordan Poyer comes up with 7 sacks along with Tremaine Edmonds. So Tremaine Edmonds still holding in there for most tackles for the team. Jerry Hughes with a sack and a half. Harrison Phillips, 4 tackles for a loss. Well done for Harrison Phillips here. We have Ed Oliver, who got in there and sacked Tom Brady for a sack and a half as well. So that was awesome. And Matt Milano, who came up with an interception, and that was it. So all he did was intercept Tom Brady during the game. He didn't come down with any tackles or anything, but he did intercept Tom Brady. Can we see who caused that safety? Shaq Lawson coming away with that safety, by the way. Granted, it says he does not have a sack because I guess it wasn't a sack. It must have been a tackle for a loss. So Shaq Lawson causing that safety with a tackle for loss against New England. Stephen Hauschka, 2 for 3 of field goals this week. He was 66%, but his longest one was 48. Let's see where he missed his field goal. He actually missed from 29 yards out, so that's actually kind of surprising for Stephen Hauschka. He's usually able to kick those short field goals, but not in this game. Corey Borgelone, he did once again a great job here at punter. We might have a franchise punter on our hands, guys. And that is basically it for the rest of the game stats. Now we are 4 weeks in, so let's go to stats for the entire league, and we're just going to look at our team for the moment. Josh Allen, I saw there, leads the league in passing yards, so that's pretty cool. He leads the league in passing yards for 1,016 yards, 7 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He's 58% complete on the year. He's taken 8 sacks. Devin Singletary, 195 yards on the year, no touchdowns. LaShawn McCoy, 72 yards on the year, and Frank Gore, 56 yards on the year, and the only rushing touchdown on the team. I definitely want to see improvement from this running game going forward. Will it happen? I don't exactly know. We will just have to find out how to get this running game going. Whether it is in the next offseason to try to bring in another running back to replace LaShawn McCoy and Frank Gore, and maybe even Devin Singletary, or maybe it's trying to flip up some stuff on our offensive line. We'll just have to find out. Receiving, Cole Beasley leads the team in receiving now, just because I'm saying it just because of that 78-yard touchdown he had against New England. He leads our team with 286 yards and 3 touchdowns. John Brown, close behind him with 225 yards and a touchdown, and Zay Jones close behind the both of them with 206 yards and 2 touchdowns as well. Jason Kroom getting the start now over Tyler Kroft. He receives a touchdown. For our blocking, Ty here is starting to struggle. He's played 4 games this year and he's let up 3 sacks. So there was a game where he didn't let up any sacks. So we will have to see if this continues, and if it does, then he will probably not see a roster spot next year. For our defense, Tremaine Edmonds leads the team in tackles with 36. And for tackles for loss, Harrison Phillips leads our team with 5. Close behind him is Ed Oliver. For our sacks, we have Jerry Hughes with 2.5 and Ed Oliver with 2. I would love to see the sack numbers increase from Ed Oliver this year, and maybe even Harrison Phillips as well. That would be really cool. Interceptions, we have 2 interceptions from Micah Hyde leading our team. An interception from Teron Johnson, Jordan Poyer, and Matt Milano. Kicking, as we know, Stephen Hauschka missed a field goal last game. So he is now 7-8 on the year with an 87% completion rate for his field goals. Corey Borgelone hanging in there. 5 punts within the 20 in the last couple games, so that is doing very well for Corey. And here is our stats for kick return. Not much going on here, and same thing with punt return, not much going on here. So that is our team in stats so far this year. Now, as you saw earlier, TJ Yeldon is a little bit frustrated, so let us see what he wants to talk about in the last game. I'm sure he will not be happy because he did not see a single snap last game, so let us talk to him real quick. And he is upset about that. He wants the opportunity, but we didn't give it to him. So sorry, TJ Yeldon. He minus 20 morale for the running back. So ouch. But he doesn't really see the field that often. We did win our last game against Tom Brady, so this is going to be our X factor this year, or against Tom Brady. Our defensive coordinator saying he's proud of our guys for facing Tom Brady, and our linebackers get 500 experience. And we also faced X Factor Stephen Gilmore as well, and our offensive coordinator is going to be praising us about that. But we didn't actually perform that well because Josh Allen did throw 3 picks last game. But since we got the win, our receivers are going to get 500 XP as it is. And let's check our injuries real quick before moving on. See if we have anybody injured still. And we still have Cody Ford injured. It will take him 4 more weeks to get back onto the field. He will be replacing Ty immediately when he's healthy enough. Hopefully this injury doesn't set him back that much because we need some young talent on this offensive line. Cody Ford might be the start of that. Maybe he won't be. If this injury sets him back too far, then we're going to have to find somebody else here at right tackle. But for that, let us advance the week. And immediately we see that John Brown is frustrated with the game plan. Most of the receptions going to Cole Beasley. So he's not too happy about that. He's going to try to get more involved, and let's get him involved. Let's get John Brown involved. I think he will be a big part of this offense this year, maybe even next year. He wants 5 touches or 100 yards in this upcoming game. So I think we can do that against the Titans. We will do a training sim for this week as well. Let's upgrade some players now. See what we can do here to bolster this team. And immediately we have Zay Jones here getting a upgrade. We're going to upgrade his deep threat ability because I think that will be his biggest asset going forward. We'll upgrade Ty. This might be his last upgrade. He is 33 years old, so this might be his last upgrade basically ever. So does he need to get better at anything? He needs to get better at a lot of things, but this might be his last upgrade ever. So we're just going to throw it in pass block because he is giving up quite a bit of sacks. And then the last one we have to upgrade is Dawson Knox. And we are going to upgrade his vertical threat because he's definitely a vertical threat tight end. Would love to see Dawson Knox out there playing on the field eventually one day. Alright guys, that'll be it for this episode. Come back for next episode where we will take on the Tennessee Titans. Everybody be safe out there. Be kind to one another. I'll talk to you again soon.